Hi everyone, welcome to today's Young CMCO Socratic Dialogue. So, how do you use the positioning strategy to help your company grow? How do you use these strategies to make your company stand out? We'll explore all these questions and many more. But before we go right into that, let's start with introductions. I'd like all the team members to start with a short introduction of yourself.
Yeah, I'd
Who would
like to
like to?
go first.
Yes, Prahlad.
Hmm. Hi, everyone. I'm Prahlad from Team Metrics.
Okay.
Hello everyone, I'm Omkareshwar from Team Ecoix.
Good
Okay.
evening, everyone. Myself, Omkar Nikam from Team Economics.
Okay. Team, it would be great if you guys could also add in your designation to the introduction. Yeah, go ahead. Who wants to go ahead?
Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Krishna Vamshi. I'm working as a behavioral data scientist in Deep Thought and I'm from Team Echoes. Thank you.
Thank you, Vamshi. Who's going next?
Hello everyone, this side Nehal. I'm a software developer at DeepThought and I'm from the team Metrics. Thank you.
Thank you, Nihal. Yes, Sanskriti.
Hello everyone, I'm Sanskriti and I'm from Team Metrics and I'm a data scientist in Deep.
Thank you, Sanskriti. Hello, everyone. I'm Artua and I'm working as a growth hacker in Deep Thought, and I'll be your moderator today.
Hi everyone, I'm Mitali and I'm an industrial organizational psychologist at Deep Thought and I'll be as well your moderator today.
Okay. We would like to start with the pitch of team metrics, but before we go into that, I would like to hear from them what is the reason behind the specific team name that they've chosen.
Really interesting question, Artua. So we choose the name Metrics because it reflects the core of our purpose of our platform, which is providing business with tool and insight they need to track and analyze that matters the most for their business, their digital campaigns. The name conveys a sense of measurement, analysis, and optimization of their campaigns. And also, metrics is I mean, it's a concise and memorable name that resonate with our target audience. It makes it easy for them to understand the value proposition of our platform.
That's a very interesting approach, Sanskriti. You guys can go ahead with your pitch.
Uh, our brand name, as we discussed, our brand name is Metrics. Our tagline is transform your campaign into growth. And if I talk in brief about it, it's a comprehensive solution for managing digital nudging campaign, tracking events, and analyzing their impact to drive their success. We came up with some of the communication strategies. Prahlad will give you brief on our communication strategy. Prahlad, can you please go?
Yeah. So our communication strategy is as follows.
Can you
So
please
first,
present our presentation, Prahlad?
yes, I'm not able to share the screen. So that's why I'm.
Okay. Wait, I'll share. Metal, it's showing host disabled participant sharing screen.
Yeah.
Now I can share. Thank you, Mitali. Yeah. Yes, Prahlad, please go.
So based on our target audience will be all the business which have their own apps, right? So based on the scale of the app, scale of the business, we have two types of uh, communication strategies. First is using digital marketing workshops, like simple, affordable solutions. Uh, where we'll have some interactive sessions, like question answer sessions, and live demonstration of the campaign planning and all. And later we will also give a follow up resources, like access to the recorded sessions and guides and templates which can be used in the campaigns. And yeah, can you so for for everyone else, we'll have interactive virtual events with like webinars and workshops uh, to communicate our app, as well as we can publish some research papers on current market studies of also the case studies of the previous customers. And later we can also give some personalized customer journeys as testimonials. Like so, Nihal, can you give the conclusion?
Yes, Prahlad. Like metrics helps businesses to grow. Whenever a business want to grow, we help them with the data, and the main target that we are focusing on, that is tracking, analyzing, and optimizing of the whole campaign. Yeah.
Thank you, Team Metrics, for your pitch. I'll open the room for questions. Ecoids, you can start with your questions.
Which platforms do you plan to prioritize for advertising and why?
Which platforms?
Do you use for advertising and why?
Uh, yeah, we plan to use LinkedIn as one of the main advertising platform, as it's a professional listing. Also, uh, rather than just the platforms like LinkedIn, online platforms, we can also attend some events where we can have some personal contact with our clients, and we can do the campaign.
And only LinkedIn?
No, not only LinkedIn. We can use Google Ads, content marketing, email marketing, and social media advertisement as well.
So your advertising strategy will be same for all platforms or different?
Advertisement, I would say we will keep our content towards based on our principles, and I mean other things can be changed, but the content would be more of our delivering our values.
Like for example, in LinkedIn, we can give some small packets of content about information about our platform, like how it is useful and all. Some let's say some small case study, or let's say a small market studies, so small content pieces like that we can give on LinkedIn. Similarly, in Google Ads, we can directly like give the website this thing details and all like that.
I have a question. Do you only provide your services to the customers who have apps, or or else other customers also who wants to do campaigning and all?
Uh, I'm sorry, because I can we can only provide our services to those who have apps, because ours is a digital campaigns which are only
Yes,
done through apps.
web applications or mobile app.
Yes, both.
Can you please elaborate on the specific strategies that you use to engage with small businesses? Like you said, you'll use Google Ads and content marketing, like these platforms. Like, how can you elaborate which metrics do you use, like to engage with small businesses?
So I'll tell you. Basically, we'll figure out what is product market fit, first of all. And through our PMF, we'll get to know what are the businesses available in the market and what are their problem statement is. First of all, we would like to introduce companies and small startups with their problem statements. And then through their problem statement, we would like to advertise our product as a solution.
As I have
No problem.
as I have told before, like we will have some workshops also, right? In the workshops, we can give a presentation of some test apps and how those campaigns are run in those apps and what are the results of that campaigns. We can also do that.
Let's say that there are many small businesses that you are targeting, and if everyone has their own problem statement, like how do you ensure that you are communicating your idea, tailoring your message to the whole to every small business?
For that, we mentioned that we'll come up with some case studies. What are the trending problem statement available in the market for startups? We would like to grab those things.
Also, like if we are doing a one-on-one meeting, we will do some homework on our clients, get understanding of their what is their segment, like who are their target audience and all. I mean, like on what segment they are working, and understand their problem and come up with a problem statement by doing the market research according to
So,
that.
so Prahlad, how you ensure that the content and the messaging are culturally relevant or resonating with the small businesses and startup with different regions and different industries?
Yeah, can you repeat the question?
Like, how you will ensure that the content and the messaging you are doing, it will be personalized for all different regions and industries.
Yeah, as I told you before, we will do a proper research of the client that we are approaching, and then do our make our problem statement, right? Like it has, like, let's say you took the example of region specific, right? So if we are doing it in India, so there will be certain type of problems that the small business face in India. So we will take up those kind of problem statements, incorporate those kind of problem statements, and come up with a solution regarding that.
And how you will generate or how you will engage the community to build trust and credibility among your audience for small startups and business.
Yeah, I'm sorry, can you repeat it?
So
How will you build the
how
trust?
you will build trust and credibility among your target audience?
Right. As I've told you, we'll have some what you call uh, the workshops, which may be webinars and all like that, in which we'll show the impact of those campaigns that we already did. We do some case studies. We will also get some testimonials of the users that used our app, and in that way we can build our credibility in the ecosystem, in the market.
What?
Okay. Since
Hello.
you are using workshops, how you will check the content you are giving through workshop is engaging and relevant to the users?
That we can
That's a good
analyze.
question.
That we can analyze by how many customers we are gaining through that workshop. And we'll get
Yeah.
a feedback from them.
I have a question. Prahlad, as you mentioned, like you'll use a region as a demographic, right? Like to tailor the content that you will provide. And like, are there any specific demographics, like not only region, but do you plan to, are there any uh, demographics which
Yeah,
help
I
you
understood your
with the target
question.
audience?
Yes. Based on the target audience, like the client may be like, since this is a B2B business, the next business may also be targeting some kind of user base, right? So according to that user base also, we will try to customize the problem. Okay.
Are there any follow-up questions to this from Team Ecoits?
Like, I am having a question. Since you are saying like you will be updated to the present trends, so how often you will be updating your trends?
The trends, right? Updating the
Yes.
trends.
Like,
Based on the
yes,
like
Prahlad,
according to
please go
our
on.
so according to the present market conditions, we will do the updating of the trends. There, it is not something which is exactly like after a month or after a year or something like that. There may be some events, like take example of the Russia-Ukraine war or some COVID, let's say. During that type of events, there is huge disturbance in the market, right? So according to that also, we will make these certain changes that are needed.
So will you update your content according to the trends?
I'm sorry. What do you mean by updating the content?
Will like your ads, you said you're gonna use ads, right? So will you update the ads
Yes.
based on the trends?
Yes.
We would like
Yes.
to, refresh our content after a certain gap of time, after a certain period of time. Through this, we would experiment in tokens. We can
Yes.
experiment in tokens with different kind of advertisement and what is more likely to be go with users.
I have a follow-up to that. So how will updating your trends will help you in your communication?
Updating our trends is a different thing. Updating our content is a different thing. First of all, we would like to update our trends according to the situation, as Prahalad mentioned. India, like Ukraine, Russia war, and COVID, and all of that. Updating content. If I come to updating content we can experiment what content is more, users are liking, which content is more grabbing the audience.
So it will help us in better communication, no? If we do it that way.
Yes.
Makes sense. So how would you ensure that while you're using this content, or even if you're hopping onto some trends, how would you make sure that your core positioning, whatever you're positioning your company as, the core positioning doesn't change?
By keeping our value intact.
Yes. We already have what our vision is, right? We already know that, and according to that, we will try to fit our problems.
Okay. What
Okay.
are okay?
Yeah,
Please go
Mitali, go
ahead.
ahead. Okay, I'll go. So, let's assume in a situation your positioning is something. Okay, first, my initial question would be, what are you positioning as to your users? What is it? What is your positioning strategy? What are you to the users? How would the users see you?
Uh,
Like,
I'm
Okay.
sorry. Yeah, Nihal, go ahead.
Sure,
yeah,
Neil.
the users will still will see us as a as a like organizer, the one who is helping them with their growth. Like whatever campaigns we are doing, whatever things they are doing, we are monetizing that. We are having those uh, data, and then with the help of data and all, we are helping them. So they will be seeing us as a business consultant, if I'm not wrong.
Makes sense. So your user would be seeing you as a growth organizer
yes.
or a growth initiative.
They'll see us as someone who improves their metrics,
Makes sense.
as
Artu,
my team Sajal.
I would give you an answer in 3 words. What we are for a user. For a user, we are a campaign manager, then event tracker, and then impact analyzer.
Yes.
Makes sense. So let's say in a situation where your users, you're positioning your brand in a certain way, but your user takes it in a different way. How would you recover from that?
Can you give us an example? I didn't got your question.
Okay, like you said, right? You're like even Nihal added, you're the growth organizer. You're taking the business from a small scale to a large scale, and you're initiating the growth in the company. Let's say your user just sees you as another consultancy firm and not as what you're trying to position yourself as. How would you bring them back to your original positioning, or how would you bring them back to this idea that you guys are trying to sell?
Wait, how can another organization will consider as a consultancy when we are providing them a solution for their analysis of their data and tracking and monitoring their campaign?
Makes sense, but the consultancy was just an example, right? It can be anything. Sometimes happens, right? The company wants us to see the company as a certain way, but we see it in a different way. So how do you bring your users back from there?
Right. We'll have a one-on-one meeting with them and help them understand what our positioning is and how we intend to help them grow as a company.
Basically, we'll specify our value proposition that can help you, I
Yes.
guess. Why a person will uh, uh, collaborate with us? Why a
Okay.
company will collaborate?
Okay, how would you do that? How would you show them your value proposition?
By giving them our case studies and our previous records, our customers, what we did for our other customers, and by uh, clearly communicating our product.
Okay, let's say you're in the initial phase of business, you don't have customers yet, then what would you do? I mean, very less customers, worth, not worth the impact.
Then we would, try to all the extents to communicate clearly what our product is.
Also, we can give we can use some marketing strategies to grab the users and like by giving some incentives also in the initial stages so that we can have some content we can put forward to the next user segment.
Makes sense. Thank you, team. Yeah. Back to Ecoids again.
So I have a question like, as Prahlad mentioned that it is for the ones who are there digitally available already, right? So as you mentioned that it is for small business and startups. Suppose I am a startup or I am having a small business, but I don't have any app or I'm not digitally available. There is no stress digital available for me. So how you communicate with them, or like to you you would like to engage with them or not?
Omkar, our application is only for those businesses who have online presence, their software. So
So
it is
but
mentioned in our slide as well.
but as a if you speak about the small business and startup, it is not like as it is a startup, it is not sure that they will be having their app or something.
Yeah,
When
Omkar, I got your question. Let me explain. It's not just the app, right? Even if they have a website, that's more than enough. The website which has some features in it, like some web pages and everything. It's if it's a proper website, we can they can use our platform in that also. Okay. Making a website is not such a big task. Even if it is a startup, they would want to have some digital presence, right? Otherwise, yeah, as you can understand.
But his question was how you will communicate with them. For example, I'm having a business, I'm having a website, how you will communicate with me?
Right, exactly. We already answered this question, I guess. Uh, by giving testimonials, user testimonials, and case studies of our previous customers.
Like, how do
And
you ensure
also,
that people will see all case studies? Like, why someone will go through all
oh,
case studies,
sure,
testimonies,
I
whatever you
understand
provide?
what you are saying. We will not directly provide them with case studies and all. We will have a proper, like there will be a path, right? You don't give stuff directly to person. First, you will make them realize its value, and then
Start
give
Jan
ask
and
their permission to no. So all those uh strategies will be applied. In the end, you will give the value, whatever is the thing that you are giving.
Okay, in the interest of time, I think we would like to close this round. Before that, if anyone has any more question, we can take one more question. If not, we would be closing this round.
Yeah, I do have one question. So when Artuha was having a dialogue with Prahlad, so Prahlad mentioned that you will switch to one-on-one sessions to make them see the value of what you're doing, right? So you also mentioned workshops as one of your communication strategies. So why are you not like why would you like to switch to one-on-one sessions and why not do something in the workshops only?
Yeah, in workshops, uh, it's not catering to one-on-one things, right? In usually in webinars and workshops, there are like clients from different segments, different backgrounds and all, who may have different like audience, like what you call the end users of those platforms will be different, right? So it may not be it may not be feasible for us to give a proper personalized presentations there. When when we want to do such kind of things, we would like to have a one-on-one meeting.
Then why not just one-on-one? Why workshops?
Sorry.
Because in workshop, first we'll grab a larger audience. They'll get to know our product, and then once they'll get the insight and the detailing of our product, they'll reach out to us. Then like we don't have to, go behind every single startup or every single business. They'll come to us.
All right.
To just follow up Mithali, but sometimes it happens that one-on-one session is more effective than organizing a workshop. Some clients are more doable in if it is one-on-one. Then
We are not telling that we won't offer one-on-one session. We are just telling to grab a larger audience. We would like to have a workshops and then one-on-one session. It can be a two branches. In one branch we are covering one-on-one session, and in one branch we are covering workshops. So whoever we are extracting from workshop, we are transferring them into our next branch. Hope you
Yes.
got my hierarchy.
what if someone directly want one-on-one? Like, they need to go through workshop.
No, it's not compulsory. If they are like, it's an inbound request from them, we will check their background and see their presence, like in the market presence and all. And based on that, we'll take the decision to have a one-on-one.
Okay, hope most of the questions have been answered. Thank you, Team Metrics. It was a really insightful discussion. Over to Team Ecoids for your presentation.
Hello everyone. Good evening. We are Team Ecoids. Uh, Wait 2 minutes. Okay. So we are Team Ecoids. Firstly, I'll explain why our team name is Team Ecoids. So we produce products. We produce veggies which are eco-friendly and sustainable. That's why we are called Team Equates. And our tagline is food so fresh, it's practically still growing. And our business idea is to offer a range of sustainable and organic products. Uh, Next, Omkareshwar will continue with our community communication strategies.
Okay. Our first communication strategy, educational content strategy. In this, we are going to create blog posts, social media content that will highlight the environmental impact of conventional farming methods versus sustainable farming methods. We are going to provide statistics, case studies demonstrating how choosing eco-eats product contribute to reducing the carbon emission and provide biodiversity and prompting social health or soil health. Next, our second communication strategy is storytelling through packaging design. In this, we will design product packaging with vibrant sketches explaining the journey of ingredients from farm to table. We will also share the local farmer story who supply ingredients for ecoids to achieve a sense of trust with customers. Omkar, you can go.
So till now we are dealing with individuals. So after this we would like to organize an events to build a community for community engagement, where we will host a series of cooking workshops and tasting events with collaboration with local chefs and nutritionists, which will give them the value and why it is necessary to have a eco-healthy foods. And that's all. In conclusion, I would like to conclude that eco strives not only to for delicious and nutritious organic food, but also be inspired to have a sustainable lifestyle which promote environment. And through educational efforts and engaging storytelling and strategic partnership, we are committed to make a customer more concise choice about their health, and also to make a planet so where we can live.
Thank you, Team Equits. Over to Team Metrics for questions.
Shall I go first?
May I ask a question? Okay.
Yeah. My question is, you want to go ahead with eco-friendly and sustainable veggies, right? So how will you ask for the farmers? Like how will you onboard the farmers on your place? Because this organic farming stuff as well as it's not of that much profit. So how will you make sure that they are doing organic farming?
I'll answer this question. We'll attend workshops to educate to to make farmers aware about sustainable practices and how it will help not only the uh, people but also the farm itself, like the soil fertility can increase and more other things, right? So we'll make them aware of the sustainable practices and we'll make sure like we make them profit.
Yeah, my follow-up is how will you make that? How will you make sure that they are making?
So
As in today, yeah, go.
so I think the first reason is if you think on the use of perspective of money, uh, economically sustainable farming is more cheaper, because the main reason the most farmer love most time more farmers are more okay wait. Huh. The farmers are more attached to the soil, so economically and also if you say environmentally, sustainable farming is much cheaper as compared to the organic farm or inorganic farm. So
But
there
the
are
product,
other, yes, there are other benefits like environmental conservation. We get a healthier food, water conservation, so on.
I'd like to have a follow-up question here. Usually, farmers think in ways. Usually, they think on short-term benefits rather than long-term benefits. So, how will you make sure that the farmer gets the idea of the long-term rather than the short-term of the like? I understood that uh, it's all like environmental friendly and all, and it is good for soil, and it is good for the next generations of farmers also. But like that's not how usual farmers think, right? So how will you communicate this to the farmer?
Prahalad, I think your question is more about operations, less about like CMCO. It is going to answer.
Okay.
No, I think,
Sorry, I was asking how will you communicate the benefit, like how will you communicate this benefits, whatever you are saying, to the farmer?
We'll conduct workshops. In workshops, we'll explain them how it will ensure the soil's health, how they'll get more profit. Today, like the price of organic vegetables is nearly twice, so they'll earn good money in that also. So we'll educate them in the workshop.
I think
I have a follow-up question. So, Omkar, you mentioned you'll educate them through workshop. Don't you think workshops are, more time consumer? I mean, conducting workshops in different regions on regular basis, it will consume lots of your time. And don't you think there can be more possibility of different channels through which you can communicate your product
Yes,
or
but
your
I think
service?
the workshop will be a good option because if we educate people of at least one region, that will be enough to provide the organic vegetables for entire city. So I think it will work.
Face-to-face
Okay.
communication will be more effective.
I have a small follow-up here. So how will you make sure that the farmers are attending the workshop in the first place? Like if you, as you are saying, like workshop is the main way of communicating your this thing, main strategy of your communication. So if the farmers itself are not coming to the workshop, like what is like how do you make sure the farmers come to the workshop?
So one clarification here. Here, farmers are not our customers, but our customers are the people who want to be healthy and who wants, uh, who wants to make the planet uh, eco-friendly and something.
Right. And I also have one clarification question. How did farmers came into the picture?
Uh, as we mentioned, eco-friendly veggies, like eco-friendly veggies and fruits. So we take it from farmers. So that's why farmers came to. But they are not our consumers. Like they are not our customers.
I got the clarity now. Okay, so may I start the second thread? Yeah. So what is your target audience currently, like in the market? So who are your target audience
Our
for your
target
app?
audience are the ones who wants to eat healthy and who are like environmentally conscious individuals.
Sanskriti, you want to?
I mean, if your thread is over, I just have
No,
one
it's not.
very important.
Okay, I have a follow-up here. So as you have already told before, that the organic food is nearly twice the cost of normal ingredients. So, like, uh, so now we're in that, like, keeping that in mind. So, who will be your target audience now?
So our target audience are the people who want to eat healthy food, who don't care much about the cost of the food, and who also want to eat food which also keeps the planet healthy.
Okay. Do all of the people on the earth not want to eat healthy food?
Yeah, same. So everyone who is willing to eat healthy food are our target one.
So everyone in the world is your target audience.
So, then I get a follow-up question
So
here.
this is a question. Let them answer, Prahlad. Is everyone your
Okay, fine.
target audience?
Not exactly, because since our products are premium, so the target audience are little bit less narrow. The stream is little bit narrow. The people who can afford the prices are our target.
Okay, can you define who are the people who can afford?
Upper middle class people of India.
Okay.
But how would you identify that the certain person is upper middle class person of India, unless you're doing a survey or something else?
No, we'll advertise in a platforms where we can reach those people.
So you'll only reach out to upper middle class people of India, leaving the rest of other people behind.
No, I
For
think
now, our target audience are them. In later, we can our target audience will be increased. But for now, initial stages, they are only our target.
So are you positioning yourself as a premium brand?
Yes. Like for now, yes, but in future, no.
How would you change your positioning when you change into a non-premium brand in future?
By reducing the prices.
No, yes, that's product wise, but how would you communicate that to your user? By then, let's say today, Lamborghini comes out with a 5 lakh ka car. How would Lamborghini say that this is also made by me and not someone else making a first copy?
Because since we sell them that from the same platform, right? For example, we are now say selling the products from our website. They also get sold from our website. So they like it.
Okay.
But users would have a belief, right? You're giving them less value because the price is less. Now they've already believed that, wow, they're premium. I'm getting more value in more cost. Now that you reduce the cost, they'll think you've reduced the value or the quality. How would you make sure that doesn't happen?
That's why we'll share the case studies. We'll share them the stories of local farmers, how they are cultivating the food, and
How
we
is that
don't have
possible?
two different streams for premium people or like premium like we'll only have one thing. We'll reduce the cost of that.
so, but one thing I would like to notice here, it's not about upper middle class, sorry, middle upper class only or upper middle class, any class per se. It is only about who can afford the food, right? So we can't categorize. If someone is even rich, but he is not able to, he is not willing to eat healthy, maybe possible. So that is not our target audience. Even if someone is poor, but he wants to eat healthy, he is willing to adjust money from somewhere and he wants to eat, then he is our target audience.
Yeah. So can you
Can you?
define
Yeah,
Artu,
yeah,
is
go.
the question answered?
Yeah, but that comes back to Prahlad's first question, right? Then how are you identifying who is your target audience? What are the matrices you're using? There must be some sort of parameters that you're using to, let's say, screen through. Sanskriti will get to your question. Yes, after this question.
Like we'll attract the people of metropolitan cities and mega cities where their income is high and their people can afford it.
How will you
So
do that?
we'll advertise more on those places like metropolitan cities and mega cities.
Okay. That goes back to the same thing, right?
How will you do that?
uh also which platforms do you think are like, as you have told, like the higher middle class or whatever, or high metropolitan platforms? So can you give like on which platforms you are going to?
Okay, our first one was television. Like we can share like ads through televisions. We'll capture the local channels which are currently active in the cities, metropolitan cities.
Is there a follow-up to this? Before we move on to Sanskriti's question. Sanskriti, is there a follow-up as well to the main thread that
No.
we're having? Okay, that's a different thread. Okay.
So
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
on television and as you are saying for local channels or something like that, uh, the lower middle class people also watch TVs and all mostly, like, so, and nowadays the upper middle class people are not even watching television. They are taking subscriptions and directly watching movies from right there, right? So I didn't get your point here. Like, television isn't
Prahlad,
really effective?
that was only one example.
Okay.
There are many examples. LinkedIn is there, WhatsApp is there, Instagram is there, Facebook is there. So there are various channels. At least one from the upper middle class may be available on any one of the channel. So here they can see, and as you said, lower middle class, as they are ready to pay for television, I think they can afford the healthy food also.
Is that how you would be divisioning your target audience? If they're willing to pay for it, then they'll pay for it.
No, it's not up to we. We
But
are
you have to
our
give.
our market is open for everyone. It's up to them whether they want to participate or whether they want to eat healthy food or
Uh, so
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
go
are
ahead.
not able to get your target audience right, how will you personalize it to them when you are communicating your values and all? Uh, like what I was thinking is like it will kind of maybe make the audience get away from you if you are doing that way.
I think for personalization, region is one category. We will based on the regions, we will personalize the things. Like for every region, there is specific food. For that region, we will personalize based on the regions.
I'm not talking about food here. I'm talking about the what you call uh, the uh, ability to purchase your product, right? I'm talking in that sense here.
See, what we believe is everyone is having ability to purchase, but they invest their money in some other things. So we'll attract them to come and invest money in eating healthy food.
Okay, so like take example of lower middle class. They are more
Okay.
into saving rather than like spending money to eat some high class premium food, right? So how will you convince them? Since you
But
are saying that everyone is your target audience, how will you convince those people who are like trying to save and making like investing on their future like this? So how are you making them to buy your premium food and like in my terms, I would say wastage of money.
So we optimize our supply chain very much, and we'll bring our prices same as food which is available in the market. Then they'll only come and buy our product.
Okay, thank you.
That was a very
Yes.
interesting thread. Yeah, we would
Can
like
I
to close
go
the
with
thread.
the question?
Yes, Sanskrit, you can start with a new thread.
Uh, you are a reseller, right? You are a reseller. Why a farmer will sell their vegetables to you? How you are approaching to communicate with them first. Second, how you will convince your target, whatever your target audience is. How you will convince your target audience to purchase those things from you only, not from direct farmers. What is that
Farmers
one
having,
value
yeah,
proposition that you are delivering and not those farmers?
like we'll explain them. Farmers' actual work is to cultivate the food, not to sell it. Like if they want to manage both of things, they cannot. Like they cannot sell and cultivate at the same time. Like we'll conduct workshop, we'll educate them, and we'll attract.
In the value proposition, if the question you asked, Sanskrit, is the farmers, a particular farmer will not grow everything, right? It will be subjected to a particular item or a particular. But for if the customer enters in our whatever shop and every our platform, he will be able to get whatever he thinks he wants at one place. Like what is how DMart works.
You're talking about you will open a shop.
Yes.
Like it's a
How
platform
many
like through
shops?
online, through shop, everything.
So is it
Also,
a B2C business or B2B business?
It's a B2C.
B2C. So, okay, so your brand is going to communicate directly with the customers. And as you mentioned that you are trying to, grab the higher value of the customers who are who have a potential to purchase your product. And later you are planning to come up with the uh, cheaper products at cheaper price, right? Don't you think it will decrease the value you are going to deliver? I think now it is getting cheaper. It means their quality must have been compromised. How will you communicate this thing to them that we are making it cheap so that it will be affordable, not because of quality being decreased? What, how that transition will come into the picture?
One thing I want to point is premium is the word like we are using since from I think half an hour. It's not premium like we are giving at very high prices. It's affordable prices only. We are taking from farmers and we are giving it to consumers or customers. So they are not as premium as the word premium generally we have an idea of a premium word is.
But you mentioned that you want to position yourself as a premium brand. That is the first question that was asked, right? You want to position yourself as a premium brand. Said initially yes, then we'll move on to affordable prices.
So what we mean by premium is that only, like just now Omkar explained. That is what we mean by premium brand. Like not that much high cost, but general, like OnePlus and Android, not OnePlus, like not Android and Apple iPhone.
Okay, got it. Let's say you just started your business, you just stepped into the market. What will be your first approach to communicate your this ideation to the customers?
First, we'll conduct workshops in a
For
places
customer
where,
as well, where you'll
yes, for customer as well, we'll conduct workshops and we like invite nutritionists and farmers and customers. We'll show them the nutrition which is present in the sustainable farming food and conventional farming food, and we'll try to convince them.
I have a follow-up here. What do you mean by workshops? Are they digital workshops or are they in-person workshops? Can you be more specific there?
We are going to conduct both kinds of work.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't you think, again, I'll come to my previous thread, it will be more time consuming and how Eco Eats is going to generate revenue out of it when whatever the, in the initial stage where people are not convinced with your product, they are
Sanskriti,
still figuring out.
revenue generation is not a scope of today's dialogue. Let's get back to there. We have lots of topics around communication strategies, positioning. Let's get back to those questions.
Okay,
I had a follow-up. If I
sure.
take myself as a user, as a consumer of the product, right? For the first in the market, why will I come to your why will I attend some workshop? And don't you think it is a time taking, either it is online or it is offline? Don't you think it's a time consuming? And how will you rectify that?
No, like first you will see an ad, like while you're watching a movie somewhere, you will see an ad in which we'll explain we are providing you the vegetables which are cultivated through sustainable farming methods, which not only help your health but also help the health of the whole like earth. Then you see some value in the food we are providing, you will approach it.
Okay, I have a follow-up here. Since the person who is seeing that ad, they you can assume that they are if they are willing to go to that workshop, you can already assume that they are interested in like sustainable farming and everything, right? So again, why are you giving that transition? I mean, like why are you again making them attend that workshop? It's already like you can directly assume that if they are willing to come to that workshop, they are already having that mindset. I want to like be economical. I mean, sorry, uh, ecologically friendly or sustainable farming. All these things. So why are you making them go through another step of this conversion? it will be a loss for you, no, if you do that.
While they come, like they might also there might also a process called word of mouth. They might also bring some of their family or friends. That by that our consumers scale will be increased. Like if some other persons also come within, they'll also get to know what our product is and what value we are bringing. So that's how our consumers scale will increase.
Uh, can I assume that you are assuming that they will bring someone else also? Like, is there any credible something like why are you assuming that they'll bring someone else also?
Like we'll do something, we'll do some freemium things by using which we attract everyone to come and attend the workshop. Like we are not only inviting the people who are interested in eco-friendly products, we are inviting everyone for which we are also providing some freemium products. When they come for by attracting premium products, we'll try to convince them.
What
So,
you mean by
By
okay,
so
go ahead.
like you are saying, you are like welcoming everyone, right? So why will those people who are not interested in that eco-friendly farming and eating healthy food will come? Yeah.
like you cannot categorize like Mitali said, right? Everyone in the world are want to eat healthy food. So we'll invite
So,
everyone. Yeah, like everyone wants to eat healthy food, but they can't. So we'll invite everyone by offering some premium products or doing something. When they come to the workshops, we'll show the value using the nutritionist by yeah. Then we'll convince them
I'm
to eat
not
our product.
concerned with the content of the workshop. I'm concerned
Hmm.
with like how do you make sure the people come to your workshop?
While we'll run ads, we are doing workshop, we are giving some premium products, everything.
So, Omkareshwar, how through your ads you'll make sure that they get convinced, like by seeing your ads, they'll come to that workshop that you're going to be taking? What are
Also,
the components of those ads that you'll be displaying, which will help your audience to get persuaded by it?
also, in the interest of time, this would be the last question that we would be taking. After this, we'll have to close this round. Yes, Omkarshwar. Team Ecoids, please go ahead.
Uh, we would be creative with our ads. Like we will share the stories of the people who transformed from being unhealthy to healthy, and like so that they'll also get motivated, and they feel that connection if they have, and they can also come. So if they got that connection, they'll come to us, our workshops, right? So we'll
We,
share stories and testimonials through ads.
we will tell advantages of eating healthy food, disadvantages if we didn't eat the healthy food, and also we will invite some what we can say, let's say a gym
Nutritionist.
practitionist, gym practitionist who is a trainer in gym. He has the idea of what a healthy food is. So if a gym trainer with great biceps and is explaining something, those who are there going for gym, out of 100, at least 50 to 80% will agree with it. So it's all strategies. It will
I have a
I
follow-up
want
to
to
that.
give a brief. Like we are gonna
Mitali,
invite people with
I
credibility and make them say.
okay. Thank you, Team Ecoids. I'm sure we have lots of follow-ups. But in interest of time, we'd have to close this round. Thank you, Team Ecoids and Team Metrics. I'm sure we had some interesting threads today. Before we close, I'd like to have three reflections from the participants. You can just unmute yourself and go.
I would like to go.
Yes, Sanskriti.
Uh, we didn't got much time to discuss with our team, but it was really nice experience preparing and discussing all of this thing with Prahlad and Nihal. So I enjoyed discussing this business idea, and it's like was a cool idea. I mean, we was we were very invested in this idea. So yeah.
Could you share some insights that you gathered? Did the way you looked at your product or the way you looked at your communication strategy change after this dialogue?
Yeah, I mean, when we had a discussion regarding this, I got to know lots of things. Some of them are how important it is, to uh, think how we are going to put words together which won't affect anyone in the audience. It's very important how we are planning to express the value we are going to deliver for the person, how we are making our product to fit in their daily life, how we are solving their problems. So these are the things we thought of their, we get invested in figuring out what they were suffering, what they were going through, and all of this.
Makes sense. Thank you, Sanskriti. Yes, Mithali.
Yeah, so the insight I gathered was when I was observing the pitch of Eco Eats and the dialogue, the thread around target audience was something that is stuck in my mind because I feel that having that clarity on target audience is the base of your business idea, because on that base your communication strategies and many other things in your business will revolve around. So if you're not clear about your who your target audience is, then your communication strategy will also not be clear. So that's the insight I get got.
Thank you, Mithali. I'm sure that we have a lot of questions around that thread. Yeah, Prahlad.
So the main insight I got was like how to identify the target audience, and based on that, how to give personalized this kind of pitches to them to make sure that they are invested in our product. That was the one insight I got, and also on the type of strategies to attract the like our clients or the target audience. Those are the things that I got from this discussion mainly.
Thank you, Prahlad. Yes, Omkar.
Yeah, the only point stuck is about our target audience. Like we need to rethink on our target audience. It's not about that we are not clear. We are a little bit confused among the target audience. So that is the one point. And overall, it was very good.
Thank you, Omkar. Thank you both the teams for being here and sharing your business idea. And thank you, everyone. We'll be back next Saturday with yet another interesting Socratic dialogue.